Hello, it's Peter Wright and Kathleen Beauvais with another weekly wrap-up of the Yakking Show. First, let's welcome co-host Kathleen. Hi, how are you, Kathleen?
Oh, I'm doing great, Peter. Thanks.
Good, good, good. And we're going to change things around a little bit today. We will tell you who was on the show this week and who's coming next week. But first, we're going to start with a health tip. And this is a very good one because both Kathleen and I have visited optometrists in the last couple of weeks
Right.
and with a similar outcome. Except mine was not self-inflicted. Kathleen will tell you what the reason for her going. But let's get the health tip first, unless you want to start with what you did to your spectacles.
Well, I know I did something really silly with my glasses. You always have to be careful with your glasses and how you put them in your purse or what have you. And I wasn't careful this time, and I somehow had my car keys up against my lens, and I smeared my lens like it's really badly scratched in the middle of my vision. So I figured I may as well go to the optometrist. If I have to get new spectacles, I may as well, get an updated prescription. And lo and behold, the optometrist did say that I have dry eyes, which is not an uncommon thing for a lot of people these days, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But what what I found interesting, because she said it, I just wanted to do a little bit more digging as to what causes it and what are the signs. I mean, we all know the basic signs of dry eyes, as the name implies, but often there's stinging, burning, scratching, stringy mucus in and around your eyes, sensitivity to light, eye redness, a sensation of having something in your eyes, difficulty wearing contact lenses. So, something else to consider if you're considering contact lenses, you have to address your dry eyes first and foremost. Difficulty with nighttime driving. And Peter, you and I both
Hmm.
have mentioned
Yep,
this, haven't we?
very
What did
much
you
so.
know about that? Did you know about the nighttime vision and dry eyes?
No, I'm experiencing bad vision at night. I didn't realize it was connected to dry eyes, quite
Yeah, it can
honestly.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watery eyes, which is the body's response to the irritation of the dry
Hmm.
eyes, blurred vision, or eye fatigue. So what happens is your tear film has three layers. There's the fatty oils, the aqueous fluid, and the mucus. And the combination of these keep the surface of your eyes lubricated, smooth, and clear. Problems with these layers can cause, dry eyes. So there are many reasons why it- you get dry eyes, including hormone changes, autoimmune disease, inflamed eyelid glands, or even allergic eye disorders. So the other things that can cause dry eyes, of course, or decreased tear production, including aging. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Certain medical conditions, such as I mentioned, the allergic eye disease, but also rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, uh, sarcoidosis, thyroid disorders, and even a vitamin A deficiency.
Hmm.
Certain medicines here, listen to this, Peter. Certain medicines can bring on dry eyes as well, including antihistamines, decongestants, hormone
Hmm.
replacement therapy, antidepressants, and medicines for high blood pressure,
Hmm.
acne, birth control, and even Parkinson's disease.
Wow.
Yeah. So, the complications, of course, of dry eyes include eye infections, damage to the surface of your eyes. So, if left untreated, it could lead to eye inflammation and abrasion of the corneal surface.
Hmm.
And of course, it affects your quality of life. But while I was at the optometrist and I said, well, what can I do to help this condition? She talked about putting hot compresses for 15 minutes a day. So there's a washcloth, or what they call a brooder mask, and I think you can get that off of Amazon. But you just heat up your washcloth under hot water, apply it to your eyes, and you just sit there for now. If you're just doing it with a washcloth, you're gonna have to repeat the process.
Hmm.
But eventually what will happen is that you'll feel like there's a film over your eyes, and that's because of the, they call them meibomian glands, which are along the bottom of your eyelids. They produce oils, and when they clog, they can also bring on dry eyes. So the purpose of the hot compresses is to help dissolve or unclog those
Hmm.
little oil glands. And as soon as you feel that your eyes become filmy, it's working. It means that the oils are now coming through. And of course, there's the artificial tears that you can get, but natural ways of helping with your dry eyes, of course, is fish oils, and of course, omega 3 supplements. So
Wow.
that is my health tip for today. And also, we want to give a plug for, of course, Dr. Morse's products. We will leave a link below this video. And today, I would just want to mention again about the kidney tea, something that I drink on a daily basis. It's really pleasant tasting, and it helps with the to clean, the strengthen, and support the tissues throughout the urinary tract. And it really helps with the detoxification process, Peter. So that's
Excellent.
my information for today. On to you.
Well done. Well, just to follow up to that,
Yeah.
when I went to optometrist last week,
Mhm.
because I was getting blurry vision and worried about driving at night, nighttime vision wasn't as good,
Mhm.
and I thought something wrong. And she said, "No, your eyes are almost the same as they were 6 months ago, but your eyes are dry." And she said that you mentioned allergies. She said allergies can, especially this time of the year, summer, can affect your eye and give you no other symptoms. Because you think allergies, you can have hay fever, streaming
Mhm.
nose, and everything else. She said no. She said you might not even be aware your eyes are dry. No runny nose, nothing, no itchiness, but the allergy is causing your eyes to be dry and probably compounded by what you're saying with blocked oil ducts or something.
Mhm.
Blocked oil ducts. Wow, that sounds like something out of Alberta, doesn't it? But yeah,
Mhm.
it's a very, very interesting, and I'm glad you did all that research and came up with those natural solutions. It's far better than putting drops that we might not need in our eyes. So thank you for that, Kathleen,
Yes.
and I hope everyone listening, you
Mhm.
look after your eyes too, because believe me, when you start getting old and your eyes don't work as well, it's very frustrating. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. So let's tell you what happened on the Yakking Show this week.
Mhm.
Well, on Tuesday, we published an episode with Tom Palladino, who's a pioneering researcher and humanitarian dedicated to improving quality of life for humans and animals by the use of scalar light and scalar energy. Can be fairly technical, but he explains it very well in the
Mhm.
episode, both video and audio. He has apparatus he's designed to capture scalar energy from the stars, and he tells you how he can transfer this to you. I won't go into all the details. You need to watch this to get
Mhm.
an understanding of how it works. But there's lots of other research available to prove the existence of scalar energy, going back to Nikola Tesla, and some of the ancients recognized this. It's quite a fascinating subject. I found it fascinating. What about you, Kathleen?
Well, it's as from my old biofeedback days from years ago, scalar energy was built into my device as well. And so I'm all, I believe in this. I think helps a lot of people. And thank heavens for people like Tom Palladino to have done his research and has come up with an amazing device that can help transmit that scalar energy to people.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good.
Mhm.
So that was this week, and then of course today we are doing this weekly wrap up. Then coming up next week is Patrick Ehlers. He's a seasoned professional in the field of clinical counseling psychology. He specializes in sexual and porn addiction, and again, fascinating topic
Mhm.
that I didn't realize was that bad, although I've heard recently it's more widespread than we might think. And then talking to Patrick, he says it's a real problem, and it's become a huge problem since the internet because the availability of pornography was somewhat difficult before the internet. Now, of course, it's He says a real problem.
Mm.
He discusses it at some length during the episode, and he also gives advice on what you can do about it. And one of the things is seek the advice of a professional like himself who can help you get through this, because it has all sorts of consequences, not just for the addict, but for family and society at large. And it's a serious problem. So he's coming up next week, and then the following week we have a repeat appearance from Nancy Becher, who has an organization called Invisible Warriors, and she specializes in helping women with what she calls invisible diseases, and that's autoimmune diseases. She helps them get on with life, get the right treatment, helps them fight their battles with the medical system,
Mhm.
and also helps them find business opportunities that they can do given their condition. So she is quite an inspiration. She organizes various functions and that, and quite a character. So that's a good one. And then the week after that will be Andrea Sides, who's a mystic and talks about spirituality, and very interesting one as well. I think you know more about that subject than I do. Do you want to expand on what Andrea's going to talk about?
Uh, I think we have to leave it to the listeners to kind of listen
Okay.
in because it's yeah, it's different, but she's
Very.
yeah.
But that's so that's what's coming up on the Yakking Show. And to make sure you don't miss out on these exciting guests we have coming up, hop onto the website yakkingshow.com and sign up for our newsletter. We only send you one a week. We just tell you who's coming on this week and who's coming on in the weeks to come. And that's it from me. Back to you, Kathleen.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in. If anyone is interested in being a guest on our show, we invite you to visit us at theyakkingshow.com. Click on the contacts tab and fill out a short application form. We'd love to hear from you. So until next week, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.